Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Total War Eras Clash. We are on round 2 of the Eras Clash today, and that is Rome Remastered. Hopefully, you can all hear me, unlike last time where I forgot to add my microphone in as a source here. Please let me know in the chat if you can, as we get on with introducing our co-host and fabulous guest. I'm going to put you onto the leaderboard. Are you ready? Here we go. JackieFish.
Hey, how's it going? I am ready to cross the Rubicon today and have some pretty cool Rome Remastered battles.
You didn't compete in this set, I believe.
No,
right?
I saved you guys from my awful gameplay this time.
I mean, I've heard some rumors of some very odd builds that have been taken here.
Yeah.
I think this is Cody's first battle that we're going to be able to see, Cody Bonds. And the rumors were that Cody is only going to use historical formations. Those are the rumors.
Amazing.
I don't know if that's true, but it'll be fantastic to see if he has and if he's managed to stick to that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for it because I imagine like not everybody in this list has actually played a lot of Rome Total War. Like for me, it was my starting Total War.
Yeah.
But a lot of people probably came into the series, a little bit later on. So it'll be interesting to see how people pick it up. And
yeah, absolutely, it'll be. I mean, Cleo. So the competitors today, as you can see, we've got the channels. We'll run through in a minute. But Cleo, I believe, she did her training stream. That training stream was the first time she's ever played Rome Remastered.
Oh, wow.
And then she went from the training stream into the battles. So
out of the frying pan and into the fire.
I know. And into the battles against Joe on it. So,
oh, wow. Probably the most experienced multiplayer combatant we have in the tournament.
Yeah, it's a lot. I imagine there was a lot there, but we'll run through who these teams are. Funny that you're the first host we've had who's actually on one of these teams. So we've got the History Boys, and you can't say anything nasty about them just because they're your competitors. So we've got the History Boys. That is Lionheart and Cody Bonds. Called themselves the History Boys because they love history, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it already sounds like they're staying true to their name with their historical formations. I'm gonna be disappointed now if you've led me astray, Josh, and they don't actually do that.
Look, I can't make any promises for the behavior of our combatants. All right, we've got assembled creatively. Now, I didn't watch any of the training streams. I've heard Monsters Abound has done some pretty insane stuff. I saw in the replay chat, like, I think it's one of them, maybe it was him apologizing for what he did during these battles. Yeah. We'll see what that is, but that's Codal Damners and Monsters Abound are assembled creatively. They are lowest at the moment on the leaderboard overall, but that could all change this week. In joint first, we have Holler Skinks, which is Lawmaster Sotek and Cleo 8. Cleo is our competitor of choice today. So we've got Cody Bonds, Monsters Abound, and Cleo. Cleo is, I believe, part of a streaming group as well. Phase Connect. So representing with Lawmaster Sotek the Warhammer 3 contingency of our tournament. Spears Before Beers, which is Joe on it, who you'll be seeing today, and the Terminator, who last week swept, I believe, 1 or 3 games.
Who played in the game in the Shogun 2 for them?
I believe it was Terminator versus... Oh, it was they were against someone else. And then our next team, which is you, Fishy Takes, JackieFish, well-known, beloved YouTuber. Of historical Total Wars.
Some have described me as a true pro gamer with some insane plays.
Was that you in the card that you posted to yourself?
Yes. Hey, I mean, someone said it, and that someone was me. So
to Jackie from Jackie, you're so great. You are the best Total War player I've ever seen. But then joining you, we have Andy's Take, right? And he's the one who's played the battles for you today.
Yep.
So you'll be able to see live his performance. I'm sure we'll know who you'll be rooting for in those replays.
Of course.
And then Two Cats in a Trench Coat, which is our kind of Twitch contingent of Never Rage Fred and Arcard. Arcard is the one playing today. So lots of matchups that we didn't see last time. I think this is everyone's first game of this tournament, right?
Yeah, which is quite a nice way of doing it. So then everybody's getting like a week in on a game and then a week off. So hopefully that continues and people continue to switch around on the games that they've played with the schedule.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see who breaks the mold first because it'll be Med 2 next time.
Yes.
We'll see who they've put up for that, because I feel like the Rome Remastered players are probably going to be pretty similar to the Med 2 players, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, spoiler alert, I think we've already broken the mold because
there
I'm
you go.
pretty sure Andy is taking on the Med 2 battles.
Hey, it's in his name, Andy Takes, you know?
Yeah, has to be. All he does is take.
Well, what we'll be doing is we'll be live updating these points. Me and Jackie will be casting the games. There's 9 games, so each matchup has played 3 games. So matchup 1 that we'll be watching is Joe on it and Cleo 8. And then we'll be watching Andy's Take versus Arcard, and then Cody Bonds versus Monsters Abound. You, the people of the chat, will have the option to, or should I say the ability, is not an option, to influence this leaderboard. So the standings are, as you can see them there, the total points were from the last round. For this round, every battle is the opportunity for them to win some points. So it's 3 points for a win and 1 point for a loss. However, if you in the chat believe that it was a valiant defeat, you have the option to vote for that. Say, yes, I believe it was a valiant defeat. And in doing so, the loser gets an additional point. So only a delta of 1.
So I've got a bone to pick with you. So Lionheart cheated heavily in the last time by raiding the stream and getting all of his viewers to vote. So can I as propaganda on here root for me and Andy to get some bonus points when that comes up?
We accept bribes. We accept propaganda. You can do anything you want to try and influence the decision of the chat.
So you said anything. Do you want to anything?
Look, for the right price, anything.
It said like a true Roman senator.
Exactly. It's I actually Lionheart did message afterwards. He's like, I didn't realize you were at that voting stage when I raided, and everyone came in immediately voted for him.
Yeah. Wise words, I think, from Lionheart.
We'll choose to believe it. Right. Well, without further ado, we can jump off into the first battle. I'll get that loaded up. I believe you're going to be watching it purely through my screen.
I am indeed, yes.
Which means if my camera skills are awful, then you're also going to get motion sick.
Well, I'm excited. I'm hoping that at least one person has brought an entire army of horse archers out of the 9 games. It has to be one person, because that's what I would have done. I would have brought an entire army of horse archers and run around in circles. That's fun.
I've heard that there have been some really wacky builds.
Yeah.
So we'll fast forward a bit, because obviously the Rome Remastered replays include the deployment phase. So we'll wait until these lines go, and then we'll hit pause and we'll have a look at the armies that we've got here. This first map, you picked, or at least helped to pick the maps for this tournament, didn't you? So
yeah,
and
I mean, grassy
grass.
flatlands. Yeah, grassy flatlands is an absolute classic. The amount of times I was growing up and playing Rome Total War and watching Prince of Macedon dominate on this battle map, you know, it has to be. Yeah. It's a classic for Rome Total War.
Yeah, it's and it's a long deployment as well. So they're looking at this grass and they're thinking, how can I best utilize it?
Yeah, there's not exactly much terrain to be like, oh, should I go into there? It's just flat. It's grassy and it's flat.
I mean, I saw it as a 16-minute replay and thought, wow, this must have gotten really into the weeds. But it's looking like the first 8 minutes of this replay will in fact be the deployment stage. I will say, so the reason we've started off with Joe on it and Cleo is they had quite a lot of desync issues. They're the only competitors I believe that did, but I think it's particularly for this first game, I think there was a desync, and I believe for the third. So they had to play them a couple of times. So I thought we'd make sure that they got the shout out of. They persevered through a few tech issues here to get these for us. So we'd start off with them. So who have we got here? Is this Macedon?
Yeah, this is Macedon. Which is probably one of the stronger factions in the game, I would say. Like, along with them and Rome and maybe a few of the other Greeks, were always really like powerful, just steadfast factions you can rely on in any situation.
Yep. I saw some of the questions in chat as well about the who they're playing as, and just to clarify the rules as well, they could only play each faction once.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Macedon, and as you're right, Macedon. I saw we heard a lot of people in the clash saying Macedon's really strong after their training streams, but Joe's used them, so that is going to be it for Joe being able to use Macedon after this.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine people who are taking this very seriously will probably go like Macedon, Rome, and then there'll be some other faction that they go, whether it's another Greek faction or they try and have some fun with barbarians, or as I said, go Persia and go full horse archers. I mean, Thrace are also a really underrated faction. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them too often. But yeah, if we take a look at Joe's army, if you want to do that first before taking a look at the other side, you can really see. So yeah, it probably has brought a lot of companion cavalry. I'm interested in seeing that cavalry force. That's what Macedon is really known for. They also have access to silver shields. Again, I'm not 100% sure if he's decided to bring those, but yeah, the silver shields are just top pikemen. They can do some pretty dangerous things. And then you can see he's brought a unit of very cheap hoplites as well, who just to kind of support up the line if needed and push forward them pikes. Because realistically, the pikes are just like a brick wall with spikes on it. So you need to find a way around it. And that's why Macedon's so good, is because they have the ability to protect them flanks with that superior cavalry. So hold in the front, bend on the sides.
You think they'd offer like a piece of the armor to them, like two people with half and half armor would be much fairer.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the movie 300, so I know what those Greeks and Macedonians look like.
And then on the other side, we've got Cleo. Cleo over here with
Egypt.
We're camels right at the front.
Egypt have one of the very like weird random rosters in Rome. They kind of have a bit of everything, which is kind of nice. And these blocks of pikemen look like they're going to be doing pretty decently. So again, they're not going to be as heavily armored as the silver shields or anything else. But yeah, I mean, I would say Egypt is a very diverse faction, and bringing them camels, I believe in Rome as well, the camels get anti-cavalry, so they will actually perform a bit better against horses. They're more likely to scare them, I believe, in Rome Remastered. So we'll have to see how that plays out on the flanks.
Well, we'll kick it off now to let them start approaching each other. Who would you give the edge to based on those two army compositions?
I think Joe's army is probably just a bit more like standard, and like it can it's just a very good army, right? You've got the pikes in the front line. They're going to be able to just push forward and out muscle the Egyptian pikemen, who are going to be less armored, and then he has the cavalry to then back that up and get around the flanks. And because again, I believe we have Cleo bringing a lot of the camel archers. So again, they're not going to be as effective on the charge compared to, say, the companion cavalry that Joe's brought.
So we're seeing the cavalry. The camelry.
The camelry. You have to. It's the perfect line.
I used to say it all the time when I was on Arena when we didn't have camels. I said it once, and the audience thought I had just announced camels, and they ran with it.
Oh, I believe it. So what type of archers does Joe bring? Because I believe Macedon does get access to the Cretan archers if he wants to, but it doesn't look like he has.
No.
Or are these just normal archers, just giving a little bit of extra support by the looks of it?
I'm always surprised at how fast people run in Rome Remastered. I don't know why, but like I see them running and I'm like, am I on double speed or...
They've got places to be.
They have
enemies to take down and defeat. So yeah, there's a lot of like posturing going on right now, which I was not expecting from the tournament at all. I was expecting a lot of like, I've got an army, you've got an army, let's run into each other and see what happens. But yeah, right now, camels are kind of trying to weave in, trying to find some good volleys into the infantry. I'm surprised the camels aren't coming in, because obviously they have mobility right now, but archers have come over here from Joe. The camels can quickly just move to the other flank, because I think that's what Joe's trying to do, is use these archers just to default the skirmish force from Cleo. So then you can see the camels. Looks like they're walking though at the moment across, and they're not shooting. But yeah, I mean, it's a good move by Cleo to throw these camelry the other side of the position. Now they're running. Good. Now they're galloping. Do camels gallop?
You've asked someone who is not a camel expert.
Well,
imagine if I was though.
Yeah, imagine just
what a time
right
to bring
there.
that knowledge out. I do know
Yeah.
as well. So from Cleo's trading stream, I think her intent was she went to her community and kind of said, what do you guys know about Rome Remastered? She's got a very big community, and I'm pretty sure they've helped her out with like some really solid formations to take for these 3 games.
Okay.
So I feel like for Joe, we've got like the hard-earned, like in the trenches years of knowledge of
Blood,
like,
sweat, and tears.
yeah. And for Cleo, we've got like the being able to go to like the old grizzled veteran and and be like, so what's the best way to defeat Goliath?
Yeah.
And kind of being given the sling. So we'll see which is stronger here.
Yeah, well, we can see that already we're starting to get a bit of skirmishing again, using these camels really effectively. Looking to go after the cavalry, but a charge is going to come in now. Joe's going to be throwing that forward, seeing if he can get a charge off, because this cavalry will do a lot of damage on that charge, and then you also just like pin that unit down. And both sides, one thing that I love to do with cavalry is force the enemy to come to me so that my infantry can quickly support. I can get more units there quite quickly. This fight is quite out in the open. But Cleo, perfect there, maneuvering. I'm not sure if skirmish mode in or is she's just that good, but spacing this cavalry very nicely, just firing arrows in the entire time.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
Yeah, this is what we want to see. So now it's up to Joe to push this advantage on the other flank.
Yeah.
He's managed to warn off like 3 units right there. And you can see that cavalry is already making its way around. And there's not really that much other cavalry that Cleo has access to right now. And again, it's not going to stand up to companion cavalry.
Yeah, do you think this is... Oh, it's actually pushing them all the way to the border.
Yeah, I feel like maybe skirmish mode was on whilst Cleo was maybe microing elsewhere, and that cavalry is going to chase it off. But that's kind of okay. 2 units of cavalry all the way out there. I think it's imperative that Cleo tries to push this advantage now and tries to get stuck in because, by the looks of it, they do have a lot more units. So
Oh, they did catch the cavalry.
I can't imagine that's... Yeah, it's already routed. That's one of the problems as well with the red line.
Yeah.
Is once they rout, they're gone. There's no like chance of coming back because they're already at the red line.
I can see as well. It looks like Joe is going to... Oh, Cleo's in the chat. Hello, Cleo. It looks like Joe's going to be hitting this kind of front flank here quite heavily.
Yeah, the archers, I think, are now in range and unleashing on a couple of units. Luckily, the Egyptian pikemen are a little bit cheaper. So it's not the end of the world if 1 or 2 of them go down. And I imagine Cleo is also firing back with their own missiles.
I mean, Cleo saying skirmish mode is on by default. We were actually complimenting your micro skills, Cleo. So you didn't need to... You could have said nothing and you could have just kept the compliments.
Yeah, still do. Just say you turned it off, you know?
And I was about to say, but now it looks like pandering. I was going to say, Cleo, a very good Warhammer 3 player, and Warhammer 3 is a very micro-intense game. So I think we're seeing some of that coming out here as well.
Yeah. Oh, and as you see, the cavalry trying to come in to try and hit the pikemen onto the archers as well, and immediately breaking them on that charge. Rome Remastered is so unforgiving when it comes to cavalry on archers. There's no coming back once that unit is in. I'm hoping the pikemen did manage to get turned around there and able to actually scare off that cavalry. And then save
this
some of the
cavalry coming in the
archers.
back here, I think, is going to be... It's got broken into this kind of U-shaped formation, right? That's going to be very difficult to shake them off now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it does seem like gaps are appearing, and there's nothing to shut down this cavalry who are just running amok back there. Another beautiful charge in on those archers, and the pikemen are now pushing in, but I feel like maybe it's a little bit too late as the formation goes.
I would hate to be one of these 3 men, these 3 twins, ready to just take. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there's
every arrow
no more left now. No saving Private Ryan there, unfortunately, as the pikes edge closer and closer towards one another. But as I said, the Silver Shields will outmuscle the Egyptian pikemen pretty nicely, and the archers are still firing. And Joe's doing quite a good job of focusing all of his arrows on one target, so that way they'll kind of get through that shield that units have to begin with and just start hitting pure numbers and whittling them down and giving the pikemen a superior chance actually in the melee.
Yep. Someone in chat asked if the picture in the background behind me is the Rome 2 one that Pav showed yesterday. It is. I saw I don't know if you caught the stream yesterday. We were playing a lot of the historical battles from Rome 2.
Nice.
We played the Carthage battle, and Pav showed me like a little cinematic camera trick where you do like Shift K, and it has like black bars. I was so taken by this little bit of Carthage. That I ran home and recorded it for this stream just to be a little backdrop. It's not Rome 1. Nice. It's not Rome Remastered. I apologize, but it was very pretty.
Yeah, I mean, Rome 1, Rome 2, they're all the same, you know.
It's all Rome.
Yeah, exactly. It is all Rome. But not in this battle. We are not seeing any Romans yet.
We're not actually. They can only play Rome once in those 3 battles. It's going to be
exactly.
all
all the families as well count as that one usage as well. So they can't just go Scipio, Brutio, Julio.
So are we thinking Joe's probably got this first engagement?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think with the getting that cavalry into the box, Cleo tried to their best to like form that box to prevent that cavalry from coming in.
Yep.
But it just left that formation vulnerable to the missiles, and the camels unfortunately got pushed away. And there you go. The enemy's going down, and that is crucial for Rome Remastered. Seeing a general die is a bit like GG, because your units just lack that oomph to stick around. As you can see, the cavalry coming in and doing serious damage to finish this one off.
Yep. But hey, you know, we've still got the tatters of the charge here. I was charging into pikes. I don't think I'd follow that command.
Yep.
You know?
There's not one step back, unfortunately. They are ordered into the abyss, and they must do it. And then quite quickly realize the error of their ways and run away.
Oh.
And, is that the map? No, that's the Egyptian general being run down. Yeah.
There's something about that camera of when you're on Med 2 or Rome 1, like the immediate pang of fear.
Yeah, it's like, is it mine? Is it theirs?
Oh, like say quickly who's dead. You know, like don't drag this out for me.
But some of the voice lines, I never get sick of hearing them. The voice lines for Rome are just perfect. They're etched in my mind whenever thinking about this game, because they're just so good.
Well, there we go. Looking like Joe's taken that. The last
quite comfortably as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really strong formation for him, but the question is going to be, you know, how important was Macedon for Joe in taking the initiative there? Because now he's going to be forced to use someone else.
Yeah, and let's be honest, Cleo, you know, I wouldn't say Egypt are a top tier faction. There's some stuff you can do with them to make them quite competitive, but Egypt are much more of a fun faction. Let's see what we can get done. So I think Cleo definitely gets bonus points for taking Egypt into battle.
I mean, if I was Cleo, I would now go and take the Macedon build. Now Joe can't use it, you know.
Copy and paste.
Macedon build and win it from there. All right, we are going to update the leaderboard live with that. You guys will see a poll appear at the top of Twitch, at the top of YouTube chat, where you'll be able to vote on if that was a valiant defeat for Cleo. If so, that'll be an extra point. Otherwise, it is just the one. So now, JackieFish, we come to my favorite part of the stream, where I have to remember which keyboard I have to type this number into. So that was 3 points for Spears Before Beers, which is a strong start for a team already in first. And we have a point for Holoskigs.
Very nice. And you've got the right keyboard as well.
I did,
so...
first time.
I think 3 points straight to you, honestly.
Thank you. I'm keeping a tally of host points in the back, and I'm doing very well. Let me tell you.
At the end of the tournament, you're gonna sweep in and say, "I won all along."
Do you know what I have actually considered as a possible problem? You'll see it on the leaderboard. I can barely fit 2 numbers into those boxes. If anyone hits triple digits on the points, I'm in real trouble.
I feel like is that statistically impossible or not?
I'm thinking it may be.
I think 99. Well, it depends on because you don't get points for valiant defeats. Because if you're winning, I think you'll end up on 99, right? Because the max points you can get, you're playing 3 games. Yeah, I think it's impossible. 8 times 11 is a number, which is below 100. So I think you're good.
Yeah, and I think if we ever do this again, I will do the maths first, and make sure it's impossible before committing.
Yeah, but if you don't have to do it, then there's no point preparing for it. So
yeah. All right. As the poll goes, would you give that a valiant defeat, Jackie? You can influence it either way if you wish.
I mean, I think with the camels, it's pushing me towards it because camels are cool, but I don't, not quite. I think that once the cavalry had breached the back lines, it was over, and there wasn't really much of a last stand there.
Yeah. I mean, I think the camel micro at the start was very impressive. If it was going to push me into a valiant, I think the camel micro is what would get me into that.
But then we found out that it wasn't camel micro at all. So,
hey, Cleo said there was some manual in there.
Nice. I believe.
Right, then what we will do is we'll close up those polls, and Freeman will let us know what the results of those are and if Holoskinks are getting another point or not. But in the meantime, we will jump into our next game. I just got to remember which button on this stream deck. There it is. Okay, so we're back with Joe's perspective. Whoa.
Persia. Oh, very nice. The boys in pajamas.
Immediately striking, weren't they? It was,
Yep.
The camera loves them. A real purple ensemble here for Joe.
Lots of cavalry as well.
Yeah.
Lots of cavalry. What? Yeah, it's 4 units of very cheap infantry, supported by 2 units of very cheap infantry, and beautiful horse archers.
Yep. Well, I mean, the cavalry was so pivotal last time, right? It makes sense that Joe's kind of doubled down on that tactic.
Yeah, and these are the cheap, I believe, the cheap horse archers as well. So it's not like you're spending tons of your money on this. So if they do get caught early or overrun early, it's not like you're losing a huge portion of your force.
Yep. And just to reiterate, in case we have any issues with the replays, I had it run in the background. I don't know the results of this, and it seemed fine. But Joe and Cleo, unfortunately, had a fair few tech issues with their own remastered battles. So if we do have any issues, please do bear with us. But otherwise, hopefully, we're going to be able to get underway.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how this force does actually compete, and I'm excited to see what army Cleo has taken to try and, because I'm pretty sure you get to see what the other faction is using. So
okay, when you're setting up.
Yeah, when you're setting up, you'll see the faction they're bringing. So I can imagine Cleo saw this and was like, "Oh, they're probably taking horse archers."
I think we've already found our MVP unit as well.
Peasants.
Yeah. And do you know what? Like at this point, the pitchfork economy must be massive. You know, like, everyone's got a pitchfork.
Yeah.
No sickles or scythes or no. Everyone was like, if I'm going to war, I want to kill 3 men at once, and this is the only way I could do it.
Well, what would you prefer? A little pointy blade on a handle? Or would you prefer a long stick with three pointy edges?
Do you know what? That's a fair point. I think it's more the case of the problem being if they get embedded. All right, what have we got here? This is Sparta, right?
Yes, we are bringing the Spartans to battle with a front line of Spartans, which is... Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. The Spartans were too much.
I heard that Joe's second may have a slight issue. So, Jackie, if you could vamp for time, I'm just going to grab Cleo's replay for this battle and see if we can grab that perspective.
Do you want me to start dancing on the webcam? Would that be enough? Or...
I worry that if you do that, our viewership may get too high, and I won't be able to handle it.
It's probably right. We want to keep these streams nice and cozy.
Exactly. We have heard, though, as a confirmation, that there was no valiant defeat offered, unfortunately.
Well, hopefully in this one, whoever does end up losing, maybe we'll get a bit more of our last stand. And yeah, it's quite fitting. Someone just pointed out in the chat that we're getting Greeks versus Persia. Quite a fitting tale. So we'll have to see how they can hold up. Freeman is asking me my favorite Magic the Gathering card. Oh God, if we need time, I can get out my collection. I have an Abaddon the Defiler commander deck, which is absolutely brutal. Stuck in with so many demons, so much cascade. It's so much fun playing a card and then getting a ton of other ones.
So Jackie, what I'm currently going through is something that you've had to. Oh, you haven't had to do for Realm Remastered. The replays folder for Realm Remastered is in a different location to every other Total War game.
Oh, not app data.
Oh no,
vocal.
It's a completely different location. So it takes me so long to work out where I'm meant to be going before I can get there.
That is absolutely brutal.
Okay, I think we're good. What I will quickly do, just before we swap over, we are going to be seeing Cleo's perspective. So I'm just going to swap the colours, because that is the level of professionalism that you can expect from these streams. Now, how do I change colours?
Colours as in game.
Oh no, my little colours for the chat so that they know who they're seeing.
Okay.
There we go. Colour. So now Joe has gone from our green, the green person we're rooting for, to our staunch enemy.
To the nemesis.
Yeah, sworn foe. Okay, I think we're good to go, and we are just going to get back into game.
Very interesting. Cool. Well, yeah, I'm excited to see this Spartan army, especially up against them horses. Like, is Joe going to be able to outmaneuver all of the pikes? Because again, the problem with the pikes is they are very slow.
Yeah,
they do have very good morale. So if Cleo can kind of warn off that cavalry, the infantry is going to get demolished, right? The boys in pajamas aren't going to last a second.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to really come down to actually Cleo's archers.
Yeah.
If they can bring them to bear against the horse archers, then there's nothing really Joe can do, because he can't really throw that cavalry into a wall of pikes. It's just going to die.
Yep. That is very astute of you, Jackie.
I am an astute commander, so...
That's what, is that your official tagline?
Yeah,
that's what you want to be known as.
That's the second thing that I got to mail myself.
There we go.
You're a pro gamer and astute commander.
I'll tell you what, if you win the whole tournament, I'll mail you something. All right.
Okay, I'll hold you to that.
We've got this from the other perspective now.
Very nice.
Now we know what Joe's bringing, and we can see Cleo's. If we have I think the soft rule I'm going to put in is if we have 2 crashes from either replay for a game, we'll chat to the competitors about who won it, and we'll score that fairly for them, and we'll let the opponent decide if it was a valiant defeat or not. But hopefully we'll be able to see this game. As I say, unfortunately these two did have the most tech issues of anyone. But now we get to see Cleo's thinking of how she's set
there is
up.
a lot of archers.
A
lot.
I don't know if we got time to appreciate just how many archers there were in this battle. Spartans obviously famous for using their archers, right? That's what in 300. Remember?
Yep. Well, it's surprising as well. It's actually a really smart build, because you have the Spartans to hold any assault, and you have the archers just to absolutely throw so much fire in on the enemy that you just like dissipate units. Like any cavalry unit being hammered by, what is this, like 3, 6, 10, like 13 units of archers will just drop down. And then, Joe's horse archers aren't going to be able to compete with this much fire. So it's going to be up to getting that melee cavalry around the sides and hitting them. And maybe Cleo. I'd say the only thing that I'd be a little bit worried about for Cleo is that they don't have enough infantry to kind of protect every single avenue. And we all know how good Joe is at multiplayer, so I could see him being able to get some strikes in. But I have a lot of faith in this army Cleo has made.
I mean, it's they've taken a really defensive formation here, right? On a hill. Arrows coming in now. Just trying to take out some of these horses.
They already hitting. Wow, what type of archers are they? They Balearic slingers, or are they Cretan archers? Or...
Clear in the chat saying they were the most cost-effective unit. So,
just normal straight bowmen.
Yeah. When you're talking drachma per arrow, they were right up there at the top.
Very nice. I like how you know the currency as well.
Thank you very much. I wrote a little book set in ancient Greece, so I had to do a lot of research for it, and still made it incredibly inaccurate.
Yeah, well, I mean, that knowledge is not wasted, because you're just bringing it out right now.
Exactly. That's why I did it. That was the 2 years. The 2 years of work was all for this one little drachma per arrow joke. That was...
Well, I mean, what more could you want? So you can already start to see the cavalry coming in around the back, looking for some charges, and this is where the army is going to falter. Because look at that cavalry is just going to run through them.
That is a good opportunity. Charge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's beautiful. You can see the trample going on as well. Yeah. And I think really Cleo has to just get the archers to turn and just hammer that unit.
They've snuck in here past the spears as well.
Yeah, and the pikes are so slow. This is going to be dangerous. This is a bit telling. You can see the infantry going to come around as well soon.
Cleo in chat saying they all had skirmish mode on, which is
by default as well. The Lord giveth, my Lord taketh away.
Skirmish on a camel. I cheer. Skirmish on my archers, I weep.
Yeah, not good at all. But again, there's still so many archers left to back up, and if you can trade, the Persian heavy cavalry is 1,300. Do you know the Persian currency?
I didn't write a book second set in Persia, Jackie. I'm so sorry.
Maybe in 2 years' time. 2 years' time.
Yeah. It was the last thing I looked up. So.
Yeah, and you can see how slowly these Spartans are moving. So. Yeah, I think that was the real chink in the armor right there, just being able to break through and get on the archers.
But I tell you what, we're seeing a lot of dead purple bodies here. When they were stuck in this conflict, the archers, you can see they're routing. The archers, even the ones that didn't skirmish, there were enough arrows going there to do a significant amount of damage. So I think a really good opening salvo from Joe, but I think Cleo's actually recovered really well. She's pushed him back out of, he was right in the back of those forces.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the real good army building right there. Is the fact of having 13. I think if you had 5 or 6, it probably would have been GG right there. But because you have this many, like I was saying, you can just then now turn friendly fire be damned. it's okay.
Yep.
We're gonna sacrifice it, and we're gonna use it. And look at the breaking of the infantry.
Yeah.
That's the peasantry gone, but the pitchforks weren't as good. They needed the sling blade,
and we have got some skirmish over here, but it's you know, these are heavily armored troops.
Yeah, I mean, you say that the Spartans are in a toga, but they do have good stats.
It's a heavily armored toga.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, they're armored, but the Spartans are in a toga.
Yeah. Oh, and they're walking forward holding that. Like, the upper body strength to be able to hold your spear like the pike like that is incredible as well.
Yeah, they definitely have never missed forearm day at all.
They've got like a wedge, like, soldered them in at that point by the looks of it. Some shots coming in down
lots
here
of
as
churning
well.
sand, I think, and you can see the boys in pajamas just being absolutely. It is they're turning the tide on the Persians, and now they're fighting in the shade because it is not going well.
Oh, nice reference there.
Yeah, I've got references, bro. Don't you worry.
That was Gladiator 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, the best movie. I turned that movie off. I watched it. I was on a plane to Hawaii, flexing that I went to Hawaii, and I watched 5 minutes of it, and I was like, I'm good. It's not. I saw a trebuchet firing, and I was like, I'm good.
I teased Pav about that yesterday as well. He loves Roman history, and I don't think he was a big Gladiator 2 fan.
No.
Oh, another good charge from Rome. From Joe here.
Yeah, throwing in the general though is very risky. We've seen how much casualties happens when they get stuck in, but there's not that many people in that general unit either. But
I'll tell you what, I think that opening from Joe was really great. I think Cleo recovered really nicely here, and I think that recovery. I think Cleo's probably got this.
Yeah, I mean, Cleo managed to take out a lot of the melee cavalry in that initial charge. It wasn't quite as good of a hit and run. I feel like with this army, Joe needed to hit every position all at once. And you kind of have that either breaks the army and I win, or it's going to be rough. But even still, like, you could end up just putting 2 Spartans back to back for Cleo, and I think Joe would have had a hard time doing it. Look at the arrows coming on the general. That's brutal.
Just takes one stray arrow, right?
Yeah, I don't know how prioritizing the general is in Rome Remastered. Like, if it is just a random chance of the unit, or if there is like a bias between the bodyguard.
That is such a great question, Jackie.
Yeah,
and, I would love to answer it for you.
Maybe one day we'll find the answer. I assume the bodyguard has some prioritization.
So I know when Pharaoh was being developed, there was discussions around that, and I think what they settled on was a system where it was like something about like 30 to 50% of the unit. While they were above that number, the general couldn't be killed. When it was below that number, then the general could just randomly be one of those casualties if they got hit. And they were very inspired by these games, so may have been a similar system here.
Yeah, I would imagine. I feel like it is always the case. It has to be like a set limit. But did you see that charge just a second ago? I'm pretty sure Joe charged right into the back of them Spartans, but didn't have their pikes down, and that unit of cavalry got eviscerated, showing the strength of the Spartans. That's what I'm saying. Back to back right now. Like, you can kind of come in the sides, but then the pikes just turn. You've got a unit running it down. This was really well played by Cleo, utilizing that army composition to maximum effect.
I feel like, and this isn't me being a psychic, I feel like Joe's going to go very skirmish heavy based on the fact there are 10 minutes left in this match.
Oh, really?
So, I mean, that little counter up there tells me there is about to be a lot of, like, I guess, skirmish and whittling down play, perhaps?
Yeah, just hoping for the best. I mean, you can always stick it on double speed if we want to see it through.
I think we may, because I would like to see the conclusion of it, but I suspect it's going to be these horses firing and running away a lot.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, like, so one of the rules to the tournament is, like, you both have to make an effort to fight each other. So, you know, Cleo can form a box, move it forward, you know, and then what are these units supposed to be? But even the cavalry, like, again, you can offer a charge as the general goes in heroically, try and rack up some kills, and then go.
But they're still alive. Look at them dodging.
Oh, beautiful.
I know someone else. Oh, no, we literally spoke just too soon. Someone talking about the melee archers as well.
07 to that general.
I reckon we can call that there. Well,
and again, a very, I would say, decisive victory for Cleo in that one. A lot of archers still left remaining, and able just to output some good damage.
Well, you say decisive, but what do our viewers say? So we'll be throwing up the polls to see if that was a Cleo saying she started writing with their units. If I see a word, I will swap back to the stream because the battle's still running on my screen. So the polls are going to go up, and they're going to say, was that a valiant defeat for Joe this time? In the meantime, we're going to give Joe his point. That's not how numbers work. It's a 4. And we are going to give Cleo 3 whole points for that.
Well, some people say you're only as good as your last match. So if you wanted to change the points like that, you can.
I don't want to, but I couldn't do the maths fast enough and just wrote the only number that was in my mind. Unfortunately, that's just how my sieve of a brain happens to work.
Amazing. I imagine mine's very, very similar, to be honest.
I think a number, I see a number, and that's the one that gets written.
Yeah. So would you give that battle a valiant defeat?
I think, do you know what? Similar to the last one, in that, like, Joe had a really strong opening. I also think Joe had to come up against a very strong defensive formation, right? I think the charging in and the attempt to encircle against a force on top of a hill, I think was an uphill, no pun intended, an uphill battle from the start. So I'd be inclined to give like a real strong maybe.
Really, I would say no. I think the amount of soldiers Cleo had left at the end of that battle, that's not for me. I think a valiant.
You're a casualty man then.
Yeah, I feel like a valiant defeat has to be obviously good battle in general.
Yep.
But also it has to be down to the last man.
Yeah.
And I will completely go back on this when it's Andy's time to play on my team, because I think he will show guts and honor and everything.
No matter what.
Yeah, no matter what, it will be a valiant defeat in my personal, professional opinion as a self-classified pro gamer and astute general.
Well, I know that either it's looking like it's going to be a no, but I know either Cleo or Joe had their final desync in this third battle. I don't know which one did, so we're going to try Cleo's perspective, because then I don't have to change those colors on the stream, and then we're gonna jump into our second set. Right.
I think half of it is believing that it's not going to desync, and then that's half the battle.
Belief is half the battle. A very famous quote from General JackieFish there.
The astute general. Thank you very much.
Sorry. All right, where have we got here? You chose our last map.
Ooh, Germany. We've got a Germanic force.
What do you mean? This doesn't look like any part of Germany I've visited.
No, the faction. Cleo brought the Germans to battle, the Germanians to battle.
Ooh, those berserkers are nasty as well.
Yeah, I imagine this is going to be a hard and fast battle, just how I like it. A lot of heavy infantry ready to rush the hill, which is the perfect thing. I mean, what better than a map where you just have a big hill in the center?
Yep. This is quite a difference from the archer heavy build we saw last time. Like if I was Joe, I would maybe think about, oh, what am I going to do against all of those archers if they're all brought again? And if I bring a counter to those archers, and then we got some jabs here. I'm not seeing any archers. Just jabs, pikes.
Yeah, no cavalry either.
No.
For Cleo. It's going to be interesting, because the Germanic cavalry is pretty decent. Like, the barbarian cavalry is pretty good. But it doesn't matter if you're getting stuck in and able to pin down a majority of the enemy forces, then as long as Joe doesn't bring a lot of cavalry, I think this is going to be fine. And you have the pikes as well to protect the rears, so it's always important. Oh, we have Egypt being brought. Is Egypt...
I'll throw out the first shock for you then, Jackie. No one played Rome.
Yeah, impressive. I would have been the first to play Rome.
Yeah.
I'm also starting to think that I've underrated Egypt as a faction. I always thought they were subpar, but
we'll see.
Maybe I'm eating my
gosh,
words.
This is a full-on charge. Go on. You got another. Keep going. Here we go.
Yeah, down the hill as well, which does add damage. I'm a little bit worried about these. They're running into pikes, and we can see that cavalry roaming around.
This is what they're born to do. Charge down the hill.
Yeah. I mean, if you just like duck at the last moment.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look, they've just completely bypassed. Maybe the hill made all the difference. And look at that, they're breaking right off the bat.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my Lord.
What an incredible charge from the Germanic forces there.
Yeah, and you can see Joe has immediately realized that, immediately been throwing his archers in every direction. Yeah, Joe brought a lot of archers. We didn't really take a look at his Egyptian army, but...
Yeah, but that front line after that charge, it's made... Those archers have got no one to protect them. Have they got anyone to protect them?
Yeah, but
is everyone broken?
I imagine Joe is going to be running to every corner of the map, but Cleo has enough units to just right-click one unit and just charge after them, you know?
Yeah.
And the Germanians are fast as well, so they will catch up.
Yeah, they're faster and bloodthirsty by the looks of it.
I'm not sure if anyone in chat can confirm this, but I also feel like the Germanian units get a bonus in snow.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure they do. They get some sort of morale, melee attack bonus, or something. So again, a good choice on the snowy map.
Yeah.
And I guess this is one of.
Oh, God.
I was gonna say this is one of the reasons why you take this type of build is just to break, and why I was saying Egypt wasn't as great of a faction.
Yeah.
Because there must be something about Egypt, because both of these people did bring them, but.
Yeah. Is this so? Cleo said as well. I think this is just sand.
Well, we all hate sand.
I don't
right?
think
it's coarse and it gets everywhere.
I don't think it's snow. Was my? I'm not, that wasn't me being like. I think I know what sand looks like. What a humble brag. But I see some people in the chat as well saying the barbarian units, they do get bonuses in snow or in forest terrain. So heaven forbid you fight a barbarian in a snowy forest.
Yeah, definitely not. Not my first choice anyway.
Do you think there's a comeback here for Joe? Some of the units are coming back here.
Yeah, it all depends about the micro and honestly utilizing these archers. I think Joe can send units and just shoot units as they chase it. It depends on if not Cleo has enough units to pin each one down.
Yeah.
And you can see a lot of these archers are being caught. The general unit is in there.
I'm hoping to see these pushing forward a little bit, or these guys turning around and maybe forming a bit more of a line. Here we go.
Yeah, and I think it was the combination, someone put in chat, the Knight Raiders and Berserkers also scare infantry, so I don't think Egypt particularly have great morale to begin with. And then couple that with the bonuses of the Knight Raiders and the definitely snowy terrain and stuff like that, it just becomes overwhelming.
Yeah, I think they just got hit from behind as well. I imagine Joe is having to micro across the entire map at this point. So Cleo being able to take advantage of these kind of smaller skirmishes when she can, I think is very strong.
Yeah, and it's quite a good idea. I'm not sure if it's intentional or not, but as the units get pushed further out, it then becomes harder for Joe to actually micro because they're having to go from side to side rather than just focusing in on that central battlefield.
Here come these archers. I don't know if they've been shooting much yet. There we go. Coming in from the side. Ranged units not as lethal in Rome as in other games.
It depends on the unit, I think, because like Balearic slingers, Cretan archers would decimate a lot of stuff, and I think with Rome as well, it comes into having enough of them. There's like a breaking point where it's like, oh, this is a little bug scratch to, oh my lord, it is raining meteors.
Yeah, I mean Joe's kind of closing back in here with the sides with these archers. I guess it's gonna come down to maybe this confrontation here. If Cleo can mop this up quickly and then turn around, that's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling Cleo has enough units to do this, but then again, having that cavalry still operational, like Joe having cavalry, I think is going to be pretty scary.
Yeah.
Because being able to like just hit units from two sides, you can see the cavalry on the right of your screen right now, just chasing down some enemy units. But yeah, I mean, again, as you say, it'll come down to whether or not the archers can get pinned down.
Are those? They're the
screaming ladies,
yes, with the butcher's knives.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they do some serious damage when they can get stuck in. And that scream, I can now you've mentioned it. I don't have game sounds on from our feed, but in my head I don't need them.
You can hear
they've haunted me that much from playing multiplayer.
I'm pretty sure like the history of that unit. It's from when and I know for sure it was in Boudica's last battle. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It was when they would put the women and children at the back with like the supplies. So the point being that like the people fighting, it was if they kill you, they're getting through to the women and children.
Yeah.
So you cannot break. And I think that's the inspiration for that unit, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a pretty amazing cheer squad, if you ask me, you know.
A cheer squad with little butcher's knives as well.
Yep. Not one step back. Interesting fact as well. I was actually born in Colchester, which is obviously one of the famous, one of famous Boudica's triumphs, and there's a very intact Roman fort there, which was always cool to see.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Coming through.
Of course, if Boudica was a real person.
Of course.
I believe that is. Did that say the end of the battle? Are we in the?
It was the general going. I think
general
that was
is dead.
Joe's general going down, but you can see Cleo is
boxing in now.
surrounding, and yeah, I mean, again, not to take anything away from Cleo, but I know Joe's prowess on the battlefield quite a lot, so I'm surprised that Joe, because again, in this battle as well, Cleo has quite a bit left, so I wonder if it was just army building that really took the advantage, or I think Cleo is a pro gamer, and as a pro gamer myself, I can send out that award.
I mean, it could be both.
Of course, I'm expecting kind of a mix of both, and I think it was a really smart faction pick. Taking Germany to this battle.
I think from what I heard from Joe is that for the second half of this battle, he was almost like fully desync lagged, unfortunately. Like he was really struggling to issue commands, which I think would have made that comeback a bit harder. So yeah, unfortunately, I think Joe and Cleo both having in their own matches, their own trading back and forth technical issues. But that is the end of their third match. I feel relatively safe calling it there if you do. Yeah.
I mean, I think Cleo showed the power of just running forward. This is what I like to try to do in my Shogun 2 game. My last Shogun 2 game that I played, just pure banzai, pure charge. Yeah. See what happens.
I mean, Cleo in the chat saying earlier, you know, it's if you're going to struggle with skirmish mode, just charge everything in. You know, don't use them. Don't use the archers.
Exactly. It seems to have paid off as the victory coming in. And I mean, look at how many soldiers remain. Yeah. Cleo still has over half their army left remaining, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah. How did the Screeching Women do that? 31. And that is 3 more than they took. So
very impressive. That general unit as well. 200 kills. Barely lost anybody. Very impressive.
And one thing I didn't mention, as the polls will go up now, for if you believe that was a valiant defeat for Joe, I think this time I would be inclined to give it, only for the fact of I know he was definitely struggling with tech issues in the last bit, and I think he put up a valiant effort against being screamed at by 1,000 Germanic warriors.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to be the Simon Cowell and say it's not, you know, you have your issues, but when you come to game day, when you come to the battle, it's the result that matters. And I think Cleo managed to break that infantry immediately, and there was no coming back.
It is not just 3 points for Cleo, because these are best of 3s. The winner there, Cleo, having clinched it. This was actually our first best of 3 that came to the last one, which is quite nice. What that means is an additional 2 points for Cleo, putting that up to a total of 9 and a total score for the team of 20 points, putting them firmly in the lead now.
Yeah, very, very, very nice. And almost maximum points, right? Because it was just that one loss, which was a 2-point different. But yeah, very, very, very nice performance. And it was good, but it was a 2-1 as well.
It was,
more games.
Well, what we can, when we've got the last points in for if that was a valiant defeat or not, we can update those total points, because these 2 will be done for the stream, and then we'll be able to compare those against all of the others. In the meantime, we will start getting ready for our second set. And I think this will be an interesting one. Andy's Take versus Arcard. 2 quite serious players, I would say.
2 true gamers, if you ask me.
I'm always just staggered at how good Arcard is at Three Kingdoms. And that's quite a micro heavy. Three Kingdoms is very similar to Rome. But
technically still built off the same engine. So you can argue that. I'll allow it.
Right, let me load up that battle as we get going. But yeah, your choice, and if you think that was a valiant defeat for Joe. And then what we will have at the end as well is a vote between all of the matchups of which you think was the most entertaining. The winner of that, both teams get 2 points. Okay. Let's go into our second set of matches. I did not hear any technical issues happened on this one, so I expect these to be perfect.
The only issue is the verses down in the bottom, I think, on the stream.
Oh, do you know what? Not an issue, because
boom,
I came prepared.
Nice.
And that's the level of tech that you can expect from these streams.
Yes, beautiful, very high quality.
Thank you.
So are we seeing this from Andy's point of view then? I assume he's in green.
Yep.
Interesting. So he's kicking off with a Persia again.
So this is your teammate.
Yes. Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, look at them beautiful pajamas. Immediately, no matter what happens, points because he's taken the man in pajamas. So
Did Andy
already a
come to you
boost.
for any tips on? Is this why you're? And you said pajamas. This is the tactic to win.
Yeah, it's the crowd pleaser. You know, we have to fight for those 2 points of most entertaining battle, of course, and you know, taking boys in pajamas, just having a nice little slumber party is all you need. And a pretty cool army as well. So we've got just a line of cheap infantry. You know, we're not going to do much. Supported up by horse archers and then some pretty heavy cavalry. Oh, and then we're seeing the Germanians.
Well, we've just seen how much damage they can do.
Yeah, and there's a lot of berserkers on the front line.
Yep.
However, you know, again, a great counter to them. You just need to avoid getting them into melee. And oh my god, the war dogs.
Yep.
Okay, I'm loving this army from Arcard behind that.
I used war dogs on stream yesterday and they didn't get a single kill. So let's see how Arcard manages to do with them.
I feel like they're the most annoying unit because after they're released, they just go and they go and they go.
I never even released them. They were killed before they even got free. So let's see how Arcard manages. It does feel like Arcard has a smaller force.
Yeah, it's not super big. I mean, the berserkers are expensive, but they are gonna cut through them boys in pajamas like hot butter. They're slicing them.
Well, we can see what they're having to see right now.
It's not going to be pretty. I mean, the majority of this army is, I think, as they come in, the Persian cavalry has to then retaliate because, these Persian boys, their pajamas are not going to protect them from the wielding madman throwing the axe in.
Oh, wow, they are flying backwards.
Women. Yeah, you can see. It's a really nice actual morale build as well. As Berserkers go into Berserk mode and lose.
Is that why they're flashing red?
Yeah, they eat their mushrooms, and you can see the Persians just going. The cavalry is coming in from Andy, looking to hammer in and do as much damage as possible.
The dogs as well.
Yeah, the war dogs. But this is kind of the good thing is the war dogs are going to chase the unit they're set on, and there you go. The German general has gone down, which is going to be pretty scary. And the dogs are going to chase the boys in pajamas rather than the heavier cavalry. So that unit isn't really getting its money's worth, and I don't think they turn around and target something else afterwards. They might do.
Maybe if they finish off with them when they're not hungry anymore. But they are. Do you know what? This is when that charge happened. I was like, oh, you know, Andy's in real trouble here. But the cavalry swarms and the kind of breaking of the killing of the general, the breaking of the units. This kind of looks like it's going either way.
Yeah, I mean, I would say from looking from this, it does seem like Andy has the advantage because, as I said, them dogs are not chasing the valuable units and. Unlike Cleo's army had a lot of backup with the pikemen to protect from the cavalry and the javelins as well to hammer as the cavalry comes in, whereas this army has one go, and if it doesn't work, you're in a bad situation. I imagine we would be seeing that kind of continue on in the battle. Is that cavalry just hammer and ambling, and the units aren't that good once they go down. Like once they've kind of done that initial charge, they're very susceptible to the charges because there's no units to bolt them down. There's no units to do damage in the long term. The berserkers are all about hitting hard, and then that's kind of it.
That is unfortunately we have had another issue with desyncing, but I believe we saw that the way that the game was going there. I'll get a confirmation from, in fact, Jackie, you are a part of that team. I believe that was a win for Andy.
I
believe we were 30 seconds off of that. Unfortunately, we only have Andy's perspective of it. I don't have the other for if we did have a desync. So we can award that win to Andy.
Yeah, I mean, I would say either way, even if we weren't sure, we should award the win to Andy.
Oh, no, this is the problem with having you on the stream, isn't it?
Hey, if Lionheart can bribe people with a raid, so can I.
If we can just get the double confirmation from Andy, but I'm pretty sure that was the win for Andy.
Yeah, I can double check as well.
Which means that if Andy's able to win this second one, we are looking at a possible 5 points for him there.
Would be very nice. Add to the total.
It would. I will say I saw someone in the Clash chat as well say that one person used an entire army of head hurlers. And I don't know if that's going to be in these games here, but I'm very excited to find out when that is.
It better be. That has to be game of the round for sure.
We will throw up a poll for if you think Arcard's resistance there was a valiant defeat. I really thought that was going to go one way, and then suddenly it went entirely the other.
Yeah, I think it was just a lack of a secondary wave
Yeah.
that army really struggled with.
Yeah.
And yeah, the war dogs. Ideally, you want the war dogs chasing down cavalry. I think they do bonus damage against cavalry, or they scare the horses and stuff, and that would maybe protect your berserkers in the long run.
Yeah.
But yeah, a nice little use of the cavalry to then focus down and whittle that away. Again, not a valiant defeat in my opinion. I think that was. I feel like the train came off the tracks quite quickly on that battle, and then it was quite quickly moved. However, I do give it respect for bringing them war dogs to the battle.
I think as well. So I did reach out to Farrell as well after Joe and Cleo unfortunately had those issues, and they said that they were looking into a possible patch to help out with the D6 in Rome multiplayer. Hopefully that's the last one of the stream, but we had a discussion about it, and it's kind of the Rome Remastered is a heavy burden on the netcode that existed for Rome already, right? So unfortunately, that's what tends to cause it sometimes in these replays, even if the competitors didn't have it themselves. But at least they got to play through to the end.
Yeah.
So, Jackie.
Egypt again. Am I just...
A very popular faction.
Yeah, if I just got my head in the sand and I'm just underrating Egypt, I feel like I must, because
that was a
everyone's bringing
very good pun, though. So if nothing, worth it just for that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to bring it up. You know, it's supposed to be cool.
Oh, sorry.
Under the radar.
It's all right. I wasn't listening to a word you said. I just assumed you said a pun. But what is interesting as well over here is this.
Oh wow!
We've got
Onagers.
Quite a towering unit at the back there.
Yeah, multiple of them supported by Cretan archers. Like, you might think it's a little bit of a meme unit, but if this can get a hit, it kills so many units on a hit.
A really cool. We saw it with Cleo as well. The hill formations here, very popular.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the distance as well. But, you know, again, you're investing a lot of money in artillery. I'm sure you saw it in Shogun 2 as well. People who tend to bring artillery, the speed of units, like you mentioned earlier with Rome as well, they're so fast that the artillery doesn't really get as many shots off as they would like to then make their cost back. Whereas if you compare it to a game like Napoleon, which was designed about that, or something even like Warhammer as well, I feel like in Warhammer the units can... There's enough, like, they shoot fast enough to actually make it worth bringing them, and they do some serious damage. Yeah. So we'll have to see, you know, if Andy can get the units around the side.
Oh, they've got one?
Yeah.
The first casualty.
And again, the thing is, with these cavalry units as well, or chariot units, you need a lot of them for them to be impactful.
Yep.
We'll see if they are. And the cavalry is immediately mixing. So if I was Andy, I would be trying to pin down the cavalry as quickly as I can. And then whilst that's happening, send the other units in, because, you know, it's going to be dangerous. I do feel like there's...
Where's that going? That's already destroyed, buddy. You don't need to take out the ruins.
It's got beef with it.
Clearly has. Their greatest enemy lived in that building 500 years ago.
And you're seeing the Cretan archers at work. Look at them absolutely shred the chariots. There's already one unit already gone. The Cretan archers are the best archer unit in the game, only matched by Balearic slingers who have a slightly better range. And you need to be aggressive here. You need to be charging in all at once, I think, in this game.
This is a small force. You know, I think if are these units moving? No. Oh,
that's a big hit as well, decimating the Egyptian pikemen.
You know, that might have been. Oh, that might have been it. Oh, just one man sniped by that other rock.
Wow, paid to be that man.
I know. That rock really had his name on it. Ooh.
Oh, and now he's backing up. Yeah, no, you need to be going forward. There is only one way, because again, you got to think of it this way. Arcard has spent, you know, a good portion of his money on this artillery, so it means he hasn't spent that money on other units. So the sooner you get in, it means the artillery is not that effective because they can't shoot anymore. And two, it means that he's not brought units that he could have brought. So you should have the numbers advantage or your money spent well elsewhere.
So if you're Andy, right now, are you just trying to run out the ammo?
No, I'd be I mean, right now, you've kind of put yourself in a bad situation and you kind of lost that advantage that you had. But yeah, I would be charging headlong into that formation.
Sorry, is that what you think he's doing? Trying to run out the ammo?
Yeah, probably right now. I mean, backing up seems pretty dangerous, but then you've got, like, you're kind of attacking in these bits and bobs, which make it much easier. Again, that's one of the most British sayings ever. But you're kind of attacking in piecemeal, and it's allowing Arcard to utilize his defensive formation to deal with one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Whereas if you overwhelm someone, you're more likely to get through because you're throwing an attack here, an attack there. You're pinning down this unit, you're pinning down that unit, and something's more likely to succeed.
Yeah. I'm surprised there wasn't a temptation there to go into the back of those onagers.
Yeah, I mean, in Rome Remastered as well, the pinning down of units, unit weight is a real big thing. So you could just pull through and just like keep on moving through. Like 1 or 2 chariots might have got caught on the pikes, but the rest of the unit would have made it through and been able to take them out. And I think we're going to see a slow bleeding of Andy's army here, unfortunately. I mean, it's very valiant because he's going up against such an brutal force.
Yeah,
and...
it's really, you know, quite a heavily defensive force as well. I think it reminds me of the sheer number of arrows we've seen and kills from those arrows reminds me of the like the Futurama quote of, you know, we'll hit the kill quota for the bots. Because they're only at half ammo, and it feels like that's, you know, hopefully they've hit their kill quotas soon. Because they're going to get a fresh round of arrows, right, on all of these units who now advance, because there's not really any harassing units left to force their focus.
Yeah, and it's going to be, and again, like you say, because there's no harassing units, the archers are going to be able to sit back and shoot away and have some real fun. And I mean, look at that, the onagers as well are still at half ammunition. They're still firing away, doing plenty of damage, and you're kind of forced to. Like, as soon as I seen catapults, I decided to charge forward, and it's like, you know, you spent your money that way, I've spent my money this way. Let's try and utilize that. And...
Yeah, I mean, if taking these out early would have, you know, the morale blow to the army, I think. When you've got such a massive wooden structure, seeing it go down, surely.
It's heartbreaking. All the carpenters at the back, they become the screaming women, the screeching women.
Exactly. You know, everyone here pitched in, you know, knocked a bolt in or screwed, like, tightened up a nut. So the damage would have been done. But unfortunately, it looks like they're just going to be able to fire their ammunition freely.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, there is still a chance for Andy. He's still got his chariots left remaining, and as you can see, as the units of Arcard continue to move further forward, you know, it does leave gaps in Cretan archers. But again, I feel like the Cretan archers have already made their money's worth because the chariots are not cheap.
I don't know if you saw that. One of those onagers very close to a big friendly fire situation there.
Yeah, and I think Andy's actually done, again, I probably didn't give him as much credit earlier by pulling back his infantry, because I believe the onagers, the further away the unit is, the less accurate they are as well. So, I say that is a beautiful hit. And, that second one just missed. But, yeah, I think the further they are. And here we go. Oh, no. Oh, you got to commit. You got to commit. As the pikes now can catch them. Oh, I think they routed actually under the fire, under the arrows. I'm not sure if that was what forced them to turn around. But that is, You need to be doing that all at once as the meteorites come in from them catapults.
I think if a couple of these meteors hit, that's going to be very, very difficult to come back from at all, isn't it? Like, we saw the damage just of one.
I mean, even though just having the Cretan archers focus down the units, because again, I've got archers, you don't, as they hit in, you're just going to be giving that edge in the pike battle a little bit more to your side because you're chipping away that. You know, 1 or 2 guys there, which just make it so that your pikes are a little bit more deadly. And
I'll tell you as well, Arcard did get the point for a valiant defeat in that last game.
He did? Nice. Yeah. I mean, again, it was a cool army, so I respect it.
Yep.
But let's just hope, you know, because this battle seems like it's going in the favor of Arcard. Let's hope the chat is just as generous with my fellow team.
Hey, let's... you know what? I said you can do it. Oh, I see I just got a £5 PayPal from you of extra votes.
God, yeah. I'll make it 10 if you...
Oh, well. That's 2 meal deals. I'm in.
Well, yeah, nowadays. What? Am I right, guys?
Everyone else following the Tesco meal deal price going up by 15% will have appreciated that joke. Sorry, 15 pence.
Oh, baby! A triple. Wow, that was brutal.
That is... that's going to be hard for that unit to recover from, I think.
Yeah, and then as they're getting back up, they're being pelted by arrows. Yep. It's not looking good. We can now see, though, the Egyptian infantry have thrown their pikes down and they're charging in to get some damage. And you can just see, like, these pikes are doing some good damage now as they're getting stuck in. They just need to kind of all be in that one big go and get stuck in, because you're seeing they're deadly now. They're able to get stuck in, and they're proving some good work against the Greek infantry. With the support of the chariots as well. Like, and this is what you're starting to see, right? As the formation starts to get more disorganized and the pikes and the infantry get engaged, it leaves opportunities for the chariots to now come in and start to trample.
Now they're fine. This is where they needed to have been able to do that work from the start, right?
Yeah, which is why I always recommend just charging like all in one go, because You could immediately lock down that infantry. I mean, you just deal with a couple units of cavalry.
Yep.
I mean, you have more, and like, you know, all of a sudden you're taking off this very expensive unit.
Yep. They've been hit.
Yep, and yeah, you can see it, and you can see how quickly they go down as well. And I mean, I mean,
this is this is a shocking comeback in my eyes.
Yeah, very impressive, and you can see like if he would have done this right at the beginning of a battle, then all of a sudden,
I don't think it's too late for him. You know,
no, not at all.
Get these guys back involved.
Yeah, not at all. I think this is a really good last stand, or a real good push.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of routing units here.
They're doing so much damage. The chariots are getting fully stuck in.
Oh,
yeah, the artillery
those to keep missing.
Is useless. It's just not able to get stuck in. Now, over time, again, these pikes will win because the Greek pikes are superior, but there's a lot of cavalry and there's a lot of other
generals
units.
Routing.
That's even better.
This is I'm shocked. This is a real comeback from Andy.
Yeah, able to do some serious damage in on the units. And
are they wavering? Yeah. Oh,
they're breaking. That's the Greeks gone there. There's not too much left, honestly. There's still a couple units of archers hitting the pike. Yep. There's still so many chariots left.
Honestly, an incredible comeback from Andy.
Yeah, very valiant defeat either way.
It was like, I don't know what it was. It was about a minute ago where I was looking at the battle and I went, wait, this is not the colours I expect to see the most units of right now. It felt like that was a very quick turnaround from him when he managed to get those engagements here.
Yeah, the Greek pikes kind of just like dissipated.
Yeah. Do you think that was mostly down to the chariots?
I think the chariots definitely helped, but I think it was having superior numbers because if you saw, they just managed to like drop. They put off the pike formation and they just charged through, broke the Cretan archers, and then they could turn around and do some serious damage.
Looking around, this mobility is going to be really useful going forward because obviously we've got archers here left over. I want to see these chariots turn around and do something. But the mobility here for Andy's take is so much higher. Like he's just going to be able to chase this stuff down. Honestly.
Yeah, and pushing in. I think this is a victory for Egypt, but
I think if any of these archers miss that shot, they should be immediately fired.
Yeah, I mean, I think a worse fate awaits them if they miss that. If they miss the shots and they don't keep on shooting.
But a lot of routing units now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the writing is on the wall with that. Yeah. And I was, are you 100% sure that Andy is Egypt? Because I was told that this battle was not in fact the victory.
All of the replays are from the same person.
Yeah.
I will double check after this. Either way, whoever played as Egypt did fantastic.
Yeah, they were absolutely. Again, I'm very, very surprised. It goes to show that sunken cost of the artillery. Yeah. Like once you get in on that formation, it's
JackieFish, I don't know if you saw the last ERAS clash, but we had a issue where we got the competitors the wrong way round, and I swore on that day that I would name the replays in a way that we would never make that mistake again.
Oh, this day will live in infamy.
But I feel confident in myself. I know you're telling me that the source themselves has said something, but I'm telling you, I think I'm right here. We will double check afterwards, but I believe.
I mean, hey, I'll take the points. I'll take the points. I should have just not said anything.
All right, we're gonna go back to the leaderboard. We're gonna throw up. Was that a valiant defeat, regardless of who it was?
Okay, so I think it's a valiant defeat if Andy lost.
Oh, that's convenient, isn't it?
No, I mean, I think out of any of the battles, and I'm not just saying this because it's my team.
Yeah.
Regardless of if it was Arcard or Andy, I think that was the most valiant of the battles because it was really down to the wire.
Yeah.
Both sides bringing interesting armies with the chariots and the artillery. And it was a real big push for skirmish and then the charge right at the end.
Yep. I am just going to double check. Unfortunately, no post-battle screen to confirm that. If that was Andy, that's a big swing of points for him. Yeah, Andy is the only person who submitted replays, so those replays should have all been from Andy's perspective.
Okay, I will quickly DM you something on Discord, as in this was from his. This is what he said to me.
Maybe he's just
and
trying
it
to give
isn't
Arcard
just a
the win.
picture. Yeah, it's not just a picture of me. Don't worry.
I see you've sent 2 messages. One of these is just a picture of you.
Well, it's just something to put in your locket, you know, at night.
It is. Yeah, I've loaded it again, and once again, we are Andy's take as Egypt.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they told me, but again, maybe it will the points now and always come back to it.
Yeah, we'll jump back into the third battle. It might be a case of perhaps that first battle where unfortunately we got the desync actually was turned around.
Yeah, which would have been very impressive.
That would have been incredibly impressive. So we'll if you can shoot Andy a message, we'll get a confirmation on that as we jump into the third battle.
Yeah, I can do that. Don't you worry. He is currently streaming right now.
Oh, then we can interrupt him.
Yeah, I could jump into his stream and quickly ask him.
It's looking like we have Romans in this third battle.
Our first Romans. Very nice. I'm just going to change the headset battery on my headset because it is beeping at me, so I'm not ignoring you, I promise.
Okay, so assumedly the polls will be running or starting to run soon of if that last battle was valiant defeat. We will settle up who that was. Oh, it's been done. It was decided to be a valiant defeat.
So either way, depending on how the
you've got the point either way.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
All right, we'll get confirmation on Andy. I think the confirmation is likely to be on that first game. That was a defeat or a win for him. Until then, do you know what? Until we settle that, you get nothing.
Whoa!
You have no points until.
Can we bank it and we get interest on those points until it's resolved? I feel like that's the only fair way of doing it.
This is not the weakest link. All right, there is no banking on points like that. All right. While we message Andy, we're gonna have a look at this third game, which
nice.
Hopefully we're looking at the perspective of Andy's take as the Romans. He's going to be forming up. So one of the other complications is these competitors, I believe, used the same map twice for Battle 2 and 3.
Okay, so no big mound.
No big mound. Well, one big mound, but only on this side of the battle.
Heartbroken.
Okay, what have we got here? Does it look like it is?
Yeah, Brutii versus what did Andy take?
I think it was Julii.
Oh, good old green.
Yeah.
Versus red. They kind of got the opposite though.
Yeah.
The little arrows underneath are different.
And if this indeed is Andy, he has seen Arcard's little artillery tactic and decided, I can't afford very big wooden structures, but I can afford little wooden structures.
Arcard has doubled down on his previous play.
Oh my gosh!
And brought more.
Oh.
Which is beautiful to see. 2 didn't work? How about 4?
Do you know what? I respect it.
Yeah, double it and send it to the next person.
Respect trying to... If first it doesn't succeed, try again. And I guess try again means Onaga added into the army, right?
Yeah, I mean, what more could a man want? The Carpenters saw their life's work destroyed.
Oh my gosh, it's so they're so big.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things, though, is that the ballistas do have a chances to actually destroy the artillery. So if they can get in range, they can fire in and actually destroy them.
Shall we have a quick look at those firing arcs of the ballistas as well? So
yeah, the ballistas don't have the craziest range, but if they get firing, they can rack up some serious kills.
And that's what we're hoping to see. So Andy has decided not to go and take this big hill position, right? He is pushing in, maybe into this little valley here.
And what type of units? Because they look like they're hybrid units with bows and swords. Are they just pure because they peel them, maybe?
Yeah, it's the Hastati have that, right? If they're a peel unit.
Okay, cool. So they have a lot of javelins and other things. So I would imagine this force obviously wants to get stuck in quickly. The sooner the better. Yeah.
And these are a little bit going to anchor them down, but I don't think Arcard's really looking to do any skirmishing here. I'm not seeing any cavalry like trying to come around the sides. Am I seeing any cavalry at all? Yes, right.
2 units at the back plus the general.
So maybe leaving these behind just to keep pushing up faster, would you say?
Oh yeah, I would immediately get stuck in and fight. Yes, Andy has confirmed the first battle he won with Parthia.
And the second battle he lost?
Yeah.
So can you confirm who we are looking at right now?
Okay, cool.
So that was Arcard who had the stunning turnaround.
Possibly, or the entire replay was just completely
Different
desync.
battle. Oh, we've got a little formation here.
A nice little test. I mean, this would be perfect for a ballista bolt to rip right through.
Yeah.
But the arrows are not.
They're doing they're holding off. Wow, there is a lot of fire going on right now.
Oh, that's what we like to see. That's what I call a money shot right there. And another one.
I mean, it's paid off, hasn't it? The double down.
Yeah.
When they're that inaccurate, you just need rate of fire.
Yeah, that's insane. And that's what you have to get stuck in early. You need to get these artillery pieces offline as quickly as possible.
Oh, it's just too close for comfort for me. That's one hit into your own little testudo here, and that is over.
Yeah, I mean, again, some of you will die, but it is a sacrifice Arcard is willing to make as he comes flying in. And look at this charge from 3 sides. That unit is getting sandwiched.
They're holding off. They're holding fantastically well, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's the other units are coming in. And there you go. The general is routing. I wonder if that's an artillery hit that break the general, breaking the gentleman's agreement of never shooting the general.
I mean, this is the general units back here, right?
Yeah, so it's the green general.
The enemy general. I was going to say, no one's dead. Wow, this has been... I mean, this is a really close engagement it feels like here is the make or break for me. Whoever manages to win this section of the engagement is either going to be able to push forward or they are going to be stuck having to defend these lines.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, again, like you basically spent like 8 units worth of infantry in those artillery. So if Andy can get stuck in and do some serious damage, then, he can just overrun that front line very quickly and then get onto these artillery pieces before they do their damages. More infantry is being committed into the fray. And more shots are coming in again.
Oh, that is a tightly packed force to have taken that.
Yeah, I would have preferred to probably have taken the arrows more than anything else rather than the chances of that. And you can see Arcard throwing forward some of that infantry now, looking to run down some of these archers. But once again, it seems... I would say that, I mean, again, a lot of the red infantry is breaking. It really comes down to what happens. I mean, you go, the enemy general was breaking again. He must have come back, realized the error of his ways, and then once again ran away.
Yep. Oh, I saw that coming in. I was like, that's going to be a hit. I can feel it in my soul. That's tracked him.
The artillery is just doing so much damage right now.
Yeah. But I mean, they don't have much beyond that artillery.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there hasn't been more of a push in here. Just start taking some of these out, especially with the cavalry.
Yeah, I mean, my underlying suspicions is that units that aren't moving are the ones that are desynced. Generally, that's what happens.
That would be accurate of you.
Because the replay just replays the battle, move the move, and generally when units stop moving...
that's why they'll be staring off at each other now.
Yeah.
Oh, but...
they are throwing. It's a nice little bit... They're kind of a bit 1,000 years too early with this type of combat.
It is. They're charging in.
Taking that volley as they come flying in and assaulting. Brutal stuff. But I mean, the artillery is still live and kicking and still shooting.
It is. Well, we will... Thank you for messaging Andy. If you get the confirmation then on the ones that he won, 1, 2, or 3,
so
we'll be able to allocate points straight after this stream. Straight after this battle, sorry.
So he has confirmed he won the Parthia battle and he played Egypt in the Julii. So I think...
So we do have his perspective. It's just perhaps there was a desync in that second battle.
And also, I mean, this one is looking like it's going one way.
And in his reality, it went the other.
Yeah, it does look like that Arcard was able to clinch this one. As I said, I think a lot of these units which aren't moving are all just technically dead.
Well, that will be why we get no end battle screen then. Right, but let's go over to the leaderboard and allocate some points. So, we have a stonking 8 points for 2 cats in a trench coat. That's 2 wins and an overall.
Yeah, 2 wins and a loss and a valiant. Right, they valianted the first one.
They did indeed. So that's 9 points for 2 cats in a trench coat. Very sporting of you to consider your competitors when it came back to that there.
Of course. I mean, hopefully they'll consider me when it comes to it, you know.
Yes. So for fishy takes, I'm gonna make an executive decision. I don't know if the poll has already gone. I think for having a for managing to win due to desync, I'm going to give you a valiant defeat for that and stick
Beautiful
stick you up to 4 points.
I think it's only fair, and that,
It
that
is.
PayPal donation might double.
Exactly. That is £1 a point. I am very cheap, which is probably not something that you want to have said to be clipped. Right, let's go back to the main menu, and we will launch into our last set of battles, which surely this is where we're going to see an entire army of head hurlers.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm dreaming. So just quickly, just to double check, there's no fishy business going on here with points. Shouldn't there be another 1 or 2 in
There
fishy?
should. So we have 3, and then we have another 2 for the 2 battles played, and then we have 1 for the valiant defeat, right?
The Egyptian battle was valiant defeat, and that was a valiant defeat right there as well, right? So shouldn't it be 2 points for valiant defeats?
So that would put us up to 7, right? So we got 3 for a win, 2 for the 2 played. That puts us up to 5. 2 valiant defeats would put us up to 7.
I think that's fair. If you ask me,
that sounds fair to me. If it sounds fair to you,
and they say JackieFish is known for being fair.
We've heard by Josh's decree that all the valiant defeats in that matchup.
Yeah, I mean there was 2 very valiant generals on the battlefield.
It absolutely was. So we're going to go over to the last game and see what we've got going here. So I'm just going to swap over the who's who.
So we got Imperial Rome right now.
We do. We have Cody Bonds, who the legends say... Oh, this is going to be apparently a very short battle. The legends say was focused on very historical-looking formations.
So was he bringing in the front line?
Let's have a look. So we got a bit of a checkerboard going on here, right?
Yeah. Are we bringing Hastati, Principes, Chiarii? Or no, these look like legionaries.
They do. They are, I mean, heavily armored, right? This is going to be a very strong front line to try and break through. Oof.
Yeah, I mean, he has the archers behind to back them up, and not a ton of cavalry, which the Greeks might be able to seize, but the infantry is, I mean, urban cohorts are some of the best units in the game. I'm not sure if these ones are, or they're just legionaries, but either way, they're going to do some serious damage.
And you've already spotted them.
Oh, it's Egypt again.
Egypt.
God, it's Egypt.
Jackie, there's something you don't know that everyone else seems to know.
Apparently, I know they have basically units from everything, but I just don't think them units are that great. But apparently,
I mean, we saw what the chariots could do when they were microed last time. Do you think these are going to be
when they were desynced?
When they were desynced microed. I mean, there's a lot of chariots to work with here.
Yeah, and again, there's not really much cavalry to fight against. So again, you could, as long as you engage, I think you're going to do some serious damage. I think these are 2 very standard armies you'd expect to see on the battlefield,
and that's what we want from ERAS Clash. Who knows what Med 2 is going to bring us in a couple of weeks. Monster saying, I only picked Egypt because I know it hurts Cody's historical sensibilities. So going for morale damage there.
Some mental warfare before the engagement. I respect it.
Appreciate you being here, Monsters. We have had a few desync issues, so if you are around in the chat to commentate your games, it'll be nice to know just confirmations of who's won them, so that we know that what we're seeing is fully accurate.
And by that, just lie and say that you won every match if you didn't.
If you say that, I will have to get a referee. The referee will be me, and I am very lenient. So you say whatever you want, Monsters.
Amazing stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to see because I feel like this Egyptian infantry has been so hit or miss. In the desync battle with Andy, they were like a terror on the battlefield. Whereas in the Germanian ones, they crumbled. So
is this the general here as well?
Could be, it could be a general unit. It's so risky as well.
I was just going to say, that's so risky. But we've got a skirmish over here with the chariots.
Yeah, the chariots getting completely stuck in. They're being a bit hit by missile fire, but there's a mass of them just smashing in and breaking the horses, and Rome's cavalry is now done. And this formation is so disorganized. We have like half the army back here with the chariots just roaming around. If Monster can get some chariots into the back line of the infantry have run further ahead, then it's gonna be a bloodbath.
So would you right now be pulling these back to go around and fight them in, or
you just have the maneuverability, right?
Yeah,
you just have the maneuverability. I mean, but to be fair, routing is another way of retreating back to your lines, and maybe they'll come back at the perfect time. Maybe it was a tactical route by Monster, utilizing that to their advantage. And you can see the morale bar is going up, so who knows? But yeah, the chariots thrive in these situations. And again, the archers are having a good time here, firing into the back.
When did they swap positions? Was that a gentleman's agreement of you let me through and then we'll fight, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's only going to come up in favor of Cody, though.
No, well, is it? I mean, it's...
I mean, in an isolated case, yes.
Yeah.
But with the arrows now
that is...
coming in, it is brutal.
That is awful there. Monsters saying the chariots were clutch. They look to have done a lot of work here.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like there's much infantry left in the way for Cody. So them chariots going to continue just to eat up a lot of that damage. Oh, we do see the general, the emperor himself for Imperial Rome, the Senate, the consul is ready. Spears down, ready to cut down some Egyptian archers.
There we go. Who's he going to pick? There we go.
But this is the problem. Like, without support, the other archers just make distance and then shoot in and do damage.
Yep.
We saw how deadly that was in Cleo's battle, in battle number 1.
Yep.
Just enough arrows will turn the tide.
Yeah, this is... would you say this is looking like a Monsters victory?
I mean, I feel like it could go either way because them chariots are going to run out of steam eventually, and that's a beautiful charge there from Cody.
And do you know what? I think you're right in that they are losing numbers bit by bit, these chariots, and broken. They've still got this one going. Do you know what? I've immediately changed my mind. I feel like Cody's managing to take this back here.
I mean, I think both sides are just really, it's a tug of war. Both sides are throwing everything they've got into this battle, and if Cody can bring the rest of his army to bear, like Monster did a great job of just disorganizing it and really having the battle be split into 2.
I mean, to me, this feels like maybe the most stretched out chaotic battle we've seen so far. In like this spanning, the entire width of the battlefield almost. If I didn't have the little icons above them, it would be a real struggle to work out who's who here. Like they've swapped positions in so many places.
Yeah, and I think both sides are really just going punch for punch on the battlefield right now. Like, it's like, you hit my archers, I'll hit your archers. We get a rear flank into the infantry, you get a rear flank into the infantry.
Do you think this could come down to whose general dies?
Yeah, I mean, again, I kind of like Monster's chances, I think more so, just because Cody's forces are quite spread out. And these archers are going to do a lot of damage, and if that general unit goes down, there's nothing really to catch them.
It just takes one arrow, right?
Yeah, or 50% of a unit, I'm sure.
Don't quote me. I don't know these numbers.
And you can see the horses are, they are dropping 2 or 3.
Yeah, but they're coming in now. They're coming into these archers.
But they're going after one unit, and then the other 2 continue to shoot. But this charge will be brutal, and I mean, not taking out a full unit of archers at this point.
He's changed them.
It's going to be deadly. Yeah, it's going to be a good charge, and there's a lot of infantry. Yeah, I think the Romans are going to be edging this one out.
I mean, we've still got lines over here of, famously Romans versus spears, or very long spears looking more like pikes here.
Yeah, the Egyptian pikes.
Look at that! Look at the strength of that thrust.
Obviously, getting a lot of practice.
Oh, they're coming up. They're gonna go. I mean, a flank here would be pretty effective. Although I was told off for flanking in Rome too, because apparently it doesn't really do anything surrounding. I think here it's going to do a lot. Oh, that's Cody's general.
Yeah, that's Cody's. Sorry, you shattering my world. How does?
That's what I was told during the stream yesterday. Chat were telling me off. Oh, and there we go. That's the break of the units.
Whoa! Hold up! What? It does so much because you don't get a shield bonus if you attack in the side.
Hey, that's what I was told by chat. Okay, so if you have an issue, you can take it up with them.
Oh, I will. Don't you worry. I guess unless my entire worldview is completely like I've been living in a cave somewhere.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you don't get the shield. You don't get a shield bonus for fighting in the front. You get a morale debuff. You take more damage. And you're fighting 2-1 if you're charging in the side.
Hey, that is all I know. All right, all I know is what chat tell me. I know nothing beyond that.
It's a good way to live your life, to be fair.
So, Monsters, if you're still in the chat, it would be nice just to get the confirmation in case we saw any of the desync units there of who won that battle. I just want to check he is there. You're also free to message me on Discord as well, although I don't have Discord on this browser, so I would rather you didn't. Monsters confirming he did in fact win that battle.
It's like you said, I think, with the general breaking, that was the key turning point.
And yes, the archers managing to just snipe them out. Right, so the question for you guys is if you think Cody Bonds put up a valiant defeat there. I mean, I feel like that was the most valiant of defeats.
Yeah, I think it was a very, very good battle. I wouldn't give many. Maybe a few of the fishy takes, two cats in a trench coat
Yep.
battles were like definitely up there. Some of the great battles, but yeah, out of the other ones, I would say that is probably one of the.
Oh, out of all of them, you would say that?
I would say most likely, yeah. With a little bit of wiggle room.
You're not going to say Andy's are Andy's are the most valiant?
I'd have to review. I mean, it depends. Are there more points for the most valiant?
No more.
Then
no more for you in particular.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, two cats in the trench coat. Then I'll get some humidity some humble points.
Humidity points. It is.
Yes.
It's been raining a lot
in my
this
office
week.
right now. So.
Right. So we can confirm the points. Then we have for the history boys. That is a single point so far. We will see if that was a valiant defeat. And for monsters, we have the big three. I can see we're getting typing in the chat of a confirmation as to whether that was valiant or not. But I will say I saw someone in the chat as well asking if there's a chance of desync bug will fix. We did flag the issue to Feral. They were looking into it. It's if they have the capacity and they can kind of find those issues, they will look into if there's anything they can do to help make that more stable in the future. But for now, we will power through. I wonder if this is going to be our all head hurlers. That was definitely a valiant defeat based on the polls we just took. So another point for Cody there.
Yeah, it was very, very good. So yeah, I mean, I guess the next one of his head hurlers is Britain in the replay.
Well, let's find out. We're still in deployment at the moment, but it is a 5-minute match.
Oh wow!
So
okay,
either we've hit a desync at the end, or it's all head hurlers. Those are my two predictions.
Because the head hurlers as well, I'm pretty sure they rack up morale debuffs as they go. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. But I mean, again, having the Greek Spartans here, they have basically unbreakable morale. So
I mean, what would also be wild is if I didn't see a match with all head. Like, I didn't see that message, and this whole time I've hyped up because if it's not this one, it will only be the last one. And if it isn't there, what did I see?
Yeah, it doesn't.
This is not the pajamas, right? We've got
the bananas in pajamas are rocking up.
A lot of them hidden in this forest by the look of it. Monsters Abound. I call this piece the surprise pajama party, and the objective was to give Cody a pervasive sense of dread, which was successful. He was paranoid about what I was doing. The surprise is there were only 3 units.
God, I am actually dreading now playing Monster because I'm playing checkers and he's playing chess right now.
What is psychological? Monsters, are you confirming you brought 3 units to this battle? That is because this is insane.
I'm going to call match fixing on the tournament, and I think we need an independent review.
I spent all my 10k. Okay. What on? I mean, if you're Cody right now, you've got to be wondering what's going on.
This is like a Sam moment, when he's charging up Minas Morgul. In Return of the King, screaming him York's laugh, and then.
I mean, Monsters is saying they have all full gold upgrades. If Monsters wins this, I think I'm going to invent something called a Valiant Victory, where he gets a bonus point for it. This is incredible. If you are Cody, you are paranoid right now, surely.
I'm amazed that you could spend this much money on
Me too.
pajama boys.
And they're still wearing pajamas. You know?
Because obviously in Rome, the armor changes as you upgrade their specific armor stats.
But how are these not golden pajamas? That much money.
To be fair, though, purple was a royal dye color. It was very rare back in the day. So
it was. They spent it all on the dye.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the thickest purple dye you'll ever see. I mean, I think this is Cody getting one of his like historically accurate. But then what's it fighting? 3 units of Eastern infantry.
Maybe the true victory was the friends we made along the way, because I'm in awe right now. I'm still expecting like an entire army to come out of the forest.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, I kind of wonder if Monsters Abound's tactic here was like Cody will concede out of fear. He sees 3. He's thinking, oh my gosh, there's like 18 units of cavalry hidden somewhere. I'm gonna have to concede because I'm so scared. I don't think that's happened based on there is 1 minute left of this match.
Okay, I mean, again, at least we've myth busted some stuff today.
I mean, Monster's saying he wanted to cause psychic damage, as we all know from Pokemon. You know, it's the purple is psychic.
Exactly, and I think it's definitely achieved that.
Yep.
This day, and
I mean, they're breaking.
they're rotted. Yep.
Do you know what I now feel? I now feel really confident that if someone has brought a full army of head hurlers, that it's Monsters Abound.
Yep. I think it's. I mean, it doesn't sound very.
The enemy general's right. Oh, that's that's the. I was gonna say we've been looking so much at the perspective of the pajamas. Oh, there we go. Well done, Cody. He's beaten the psychological damage. You've got to imagine Cody's messaged Monsters after this, and he's gone, "Did your units not load in? Are you sure that was all right?"
Yeah, I mean, I'm amazed that you could even spend all your money on 3 units of Pajama Boys.
It's fantastic, fantastic entertainment value. I question the strategic mind behind it, but I guess making your opponent think you're effectively facing the Joker is one way to get behind them. So that's going to be 3 points for the History Boys and 1 point for Assemble Creatively. Now we will throw the poll out there of if you think that was a valiant defeat.
I think in other ways, and we've been scoring it, I think yes.
Yeah, this is going to be maybe the most mixed valiant defeat poll, or the most one-sided valiant defeat poll of the whole tournament. I think it's definitely going to go either one way or the other. We can't wait to see the polls for it.
That was definitely a definition of all the gear but no idea there, because they had everything they could possibly want. Silk pajamas.
Someone's saying,
sticks.
I think we should make the executive decision it wasn't a valiant defeat. Here's the problem, Jackie. I would make the executive decision it was if I had that power. So I don't think I'm going to give the chat what they want if it came down to just me having to make that choice.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it is a democracy, and the Senate will have their say.
Exactly. So we'll see what people are saying. I can see that the typing's coming up to confirm whether this is going to be valiant or not. It is allegedly an absolutely valiant defeat. Oh, not confirmed yet. Although I can see 4 of the 5 options are yes. Yes, absolutely, definitely, or valiantly.
Yeah, corruption in the Senate.
Hey, Monsters paid £1 per extra option.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean, I would say that definitely was I like the battle idea, know. So I'll give it out of respect.
I will tentatively give that point there, and then we will jump into the third battle.
We're all mixed now, 5-5. So this will determine.
This will determine who's going to get the bonus point.
And honestly, I'm rooting for Monster as well, because they are in last place right now, so they could.
They could use the points. They could have also probably used some more troops in the last battle, so we'll see. I always knew Assemble Creatively would be the wildcard team. I don't think I realised quite what I'd let myself in for. All right, so this is Cody again with a... Is this, Jackie, is this historically accurate?
Are you about to break my heart? Because unless I see blue flags, my heart will be broken, and it will be all your fault.
Okay, so we've got an 8-minute match. All right. I think there's a solid chance head hurlers could last 8 minutes, depending on how long this deployment takes.
I mean, it's 7 minutes longer than me, and with the blue border, I think we can.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Start to see Britain is coming.
Monsters, if you've done all head hurlers, which is what the rumors that I've started are, then here we go. Let's have a look.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
That's what we like to see. Where do they get their heads? Who's their head guy?
I mean, this is a copious amount of heads. Do you know how many heads they get to throw before they run out?
I imagine quite a lot, and they need to start throwing. Unfortunately, the psychological warfare...
Does it apply to elephants?
Yeah, do they care?
If anything, they're throwing them and it's... Yeah, we know.
That's our goal.
This has got to be their own heads. They've got to killed some people back at camp, and they've been like, look, we've got a really great idea for some psychological warfare. We're going to throw our own heads at you.
Yeah, maybe it's all the Persians from the last battle.
Yep. I mean, if you're monsters here, surely you're just charging in to get these heads thrown, right?
What's the range on them? Because they are slingers, right? So their range should be pretty decent. Can you toggle it on?
Oh, here we go. I think we can only see allied ranges, right?
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, unfortunately not.
Pretty good, but we will. I think they're about to throw, so we found out.
Yeah, and
that is no elephants down, which is not what we want to see.
They're missing a lot. Yeah, I think it's more of a. Oh my god! Whoa!
How?
Adamantium heads right there. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
What is going?
I mean, the chariots are going to come in and ruin the day.
Have they rallied? No, not yet. You'd think they would, right? If you've been killed by the heads being thrown at you. Are we going to see more? Oh my! Did anyone in chat know that heads did this much damage to elephants?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. They're going down. I mean, the chariots though are ripping through the units, and it just up to Cody to kind of pin units down.
Yeah, I mean,
and chase them off. But
this is going to be a ton of micro for monsters to have to manage. He's saying in the chat that you could say he did a lot of headshots, and I think you very fairly can say that. It does. I think you're right. Like, these chariots are going to be the unit that can really do the damage here and keep them pinned.
Yeah, it's
especially
totally
if they're all blobbed up here.
Yeah, it's totally up to Monster to spread his units out enough so he can focus down the chariots. The chariots aren't, kind of historically as tough as an elephant. So
monsters, did you know that they would be effective at killing elephants when you picked this unit, or was this just what inspired this choice? If you're still there,
I feel like you can't accuse him of being meta. Out of every person we've seen, I think that is the one person who not.
You don't know what you're going to be up against when you fight monsters abound.
Yeah, and
I think that's the only thing you can guarantee. Head hurlers apparently, someone Resolute saying they have the highest missile damage in the game. Monsters Abound really came in with emotional damage and then doubled down on that.
Yep. And they are, and some nice micro here as well, splitting them up, chasing down the elephants. Really, really good. The chariots are still healthy though, as the units do continue to spread out, but they are also still getting their damage in, and as you can see, they are decimating units. You can see the morale blue bar as well, ticking down.
Are there any head hurlers down here? No, so it feels like Cody is just meticulously pushing forward here, right? Taking out the ones that he can. Those are cavalry, and these head hurlers, it's like I was saying to you earlier, infantry in Rome Remastered, it feels like they run real fast.
They are, they're almost as fast as as normal cavalry. They can really get into a sprint and make their way in.
I mean, if you're these cavalry, you're kind of doomed whichever one you go to. Whoever you fight, you're going to get heads hurled at you by the other two.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of look like the infantry or the missiles, the head hurlers, can run almost as fast as they're outrunning the camels.
They're incredibly fast.
I would imagine,
these
though.
Heavier?
Yeah, I was going to say, I would imagine. No, they're not even Camothrax, are they?
They're
camels, right? Yeah, the camels are slower.
Redefined the meta of Rome Remastered with one unit.
Absolutely insane, and it's paying off. This was a bold gambit, and seems like one. And he does still have also the chariots. He has British chariots up there as well. Two units.
I did eventually turn off skirmish because micro was annoying. That's from monsters, which I can imagine this would have been a ton.
But an absolute slaughter. We are seeing the Seleucid army just dissipate, dropping to the wind.
But here's the thing, right? If you look at these ammo bars, some of them are running out of heads.
Some, but you can always just get more,
I mean, imagine a mechanic where they could refill heads by picking up from dead bodies of the battlefield. Awful, morbid. Don't implement that. But a very fun idea. Who do you think's got this? My head and my heart are battling.
Yeah, well, I mean, the heads definitely are battling. I feel like the head hurlers are. They've got good. I feel like they've got this. The cavalry has been destroyed, and there's not really much left. And what are you gonna do? Just sit here with pikemen and get absolutely shot to pieces?
Oh no! That is their general. That could be significant.
But if you're not engaged, like morale doesn't really matter. And look how close they're getting.
This is taunting at this point, isn't it?
You're gonna see.
Here they go.
Yeah. The arrows are coming in, but the heads are slamming into the shields. And
someone in chat saying, "Why don't they pick up and throw an elephant head?" I mean,
that would be impressive.
This is the counter charges come in.
Yeah, and without a general, that could decide the battle. Because look at that, 3 units are now breaking.
That's not great, especially as these guys are going to get some shots in. But we've got more heads being
there's
thrown
just
on the left
so
side.
many left.
Wherever you look, there are heads being hurled. And look at the arc on these top ones as well. Like, that is...
Yeah, they are yeeting those into the atmosphere, and they're coming down in full force.
That is an Olympian head hurler at the back.
You can just see the morale bar ticking down if you get like one unit in, and yeah, I think there's just too many head hurlers.
Yeah. Maybe these ones can come down and throw some heads, but yeah. It looks like the traditional military formation here has perhaps been able to just about eke it out.
Yeah, I mean, if you can kill the general, if that general goes down, then I think the Seleucids will... I think the head hurlers will win.
Do they hit them in melee with a head?
I don't know.
I have so many questions about this unit now.
Yeah, and the Seleucid general is just running amok.
Oh, it's looking like a
mass routing.
Oof. I can only imagine the micro that this battle entailed, monsters. If any battle was going to desync, it would surely have been this one. The number of commands that must have been issued for these. Oh.
Yeah, I think that Seleucid general might 1v5 right now.
Yeah. Here come the rest.
At least monster can use his general unit because the general's already dead, so he can use it as a sacrificial lamb, a sacrificial head, as it were, and just like fully commit in.
There's only 20 seconds left on this, so I suspect we're going to see this morale bar drop for the rest of them very shortly.
Yeah, it must just be one too many, and then we'll get an army casualty loss. And yeah,
there we go. As they flee from the battlefield, monsters, just for our desync sanity to confirm that was unfortunately a loss for the head hurlers.
I think it just came down to that general unit at the end. The Seleucid general cleaned up.
Yes, unfortunately a loss for the head hurlers. But the question is, how much of a loss was that? Was that our final battle? Was that a valiant defeat for Monsters Abound? Will be the polls in chat. And then after we've updated the points with that, Jackie, we will be asking the final question of our chat, which is whether who was the most entertaining of those matchups?
I feel like that's already been answered, to be honest.
I do think that there's maybe one competitor has a head-sized advantage over the others. All right, assemble creatively. That is a 6 for you and probably a valiant defeat, but we can't confirm that yet. And who were they just up against? History Boys, another 3 points, and that was the best of 3. So that puts Cody up to 10, which means he has officially broken my software. There we go. So we'll find out shortly after the poll ends how many points assembled creatively will be on, and then we will be determining who is the ultimate most entertaining matchup.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I would like to, push it towards my fishy friend, but I think, the head hurlers, it wasn't just one, but I think it was, like every battle was something fun and interesting and unique. So.
I'd say though the Cleo match with the charge down, I think chat's picked up on it as well. The Cleo match, the charge down the hill with the Germanic warriors, that was also a fantastic match. Like
that's the recency bias that we're playing here. We're having this at the end. You're kind of I almost forgot about most of Cleo's matches.
Well, so those are the matches that we saw. Then we had the just then you saw the History Boys versus Assembled Creatively, who feels like their armies were assembled creatively. Before then, we had Fishy Takes and Two Cats in a Trench Coat, which was Arcard versus Andy's Take. I would say probably the more traditional of the battles, but then we did see 4 onagers.
4 artillery.
So maybe not that traditional. So maybe it comes down to the more traditional fight being Cleo versus Joe on it, which was our first set of 3. So I think no one's surprised, that was considered a valiant defeat. Which brings us to our very last question of chat. Which we'll throw the poll up now of which was the most entertaining matchup. And while we ponder on that, we will just have a look ahead at the schedule for next ERAS clash. Jackie, are you going to be competing in this?
No, I believe my next one is Rome 2.
Okay, which is I think the one after next.
Yeah, I believe so. And then it's the one after.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't have the calendar, because it's nowhere out there for you to see, next up we have Medieval 2. That will be on the 12th of September. We'll be coming back. Dav Plays will be hosting alongside me, and we will have our 6. I can do the math. 6 duos battling each other then in Med 2. After that, we will have Napoleon, which was, if you remember, voted by you guys. We gave them the choice. Would it be Napoleon? Would it be Empire? I think Napoleon eked that out amongst the competitors. And that will be hosted alongside Lionheart, who will, I think, also be playing. And if that's the case, it will be the first time we've had an actual competitor coming to commentate their own game, which would be... I don't know how that's going to be. I feel like they're going to have too much sway over chat.
Yeah, I mean, Lion is very humble. I'll give him that. So I think of all the people you could have chosen, I think if you would have chosen me, I would have been blowing my own tune the entire time. So I
mean, there's been no raid right at the end of the stream with a vote for Lionheart. So
yeah, he's missing his campaigning. I'm sure he's out doing something.
I've seen the posters been stuck up as well.
Yeah.
But yes, we will be back in mid-September with our next of these, which will be Medieval 2. But for now, we have had 9 matches in Rome Remastered, and we are just awaiting the results of who you guys think were the most entertaining of them. So as a reminder, the winner of that, both teams get an additional 2 points. If that goes to the History Boys, that will be, I think, the most possible points.
Maxed it out.
So as a reminder, the History Boys and Assembled Creatively, they were the Head Hurlers. So that was Monsters Abound and Cody Bonds. That was Head Hurlers, the unit of 3, the army of 3, I guess is what we saw from Monsters. And can you remember Monsters' very first battle? What was he doing there that was odd?
I think it was a bit more. Yeah, it was a bit more standard. It was a bit more classic.
Yep. I believe we are close to getting the results in. We also had then Fishy Takes and Two Cats in a Trench Coat, which was where we saw our first Roman versus Roman army. A lot of artillery used over those games. Some really great comebacks in those battles, which, you know, we may or may not have had a couple of D6 units in, but overall some very good micro. And the very first we saw were Holoskinks with Cleo 8 versus Joe On It. And I think Cleo, honestly, a fantastic job from, I don't think, having ever played Rome Remastered to winning 2 of those matches. I think a big hand to her community as well for really, and I think it's one of the lovely things about the Total War community is when you get into a Total War game, your chat are always willing to help with tips and tricks, and I think we saw that a lot during the practice stream as well. So really nice to see that community come together to help get 2 of the 3 possible victories there.
Yeah, and I think it also shows the transferable skills. Like, you shouldn't be like scared off playing a Total War game just because, you know, you have, maybe it's a bit older or it's a bit newer, for example, because, you know, clearly the skills do transfer over, and you are able to get yourself stuck in and not embarrassed. I don't think anybody embarrassed themselves today whatsoever. No. Every game was very, very, very impressive.
We always said that when we went into the clash of, you know, people are going to have to you can play whatever you want. Like, we asked that, you know, maybe it's not a super serious build. Although I'll throw it to Jackie live, something I was considering of to help get it out the way, because I think some people get very stuck on like that I've got to win. If we had a kind of general ruling of the first battle is like your serious battle, and then the other 2 are a bit more of the fun ones. Or maybe like attacker, defender, and whoever's the underdog gets to be the defender. As another option.
I mean, in my head, that's kind of what I did anyway. Like, the first battle was like, yeah, I'll try my best to win this one, and then the other ones will have a bit more fun with. But yeah, I mean, my next match is Rome, and I would say besides Joe, I probably have the most experience on that. So it's gonna be a fun one.
Anything you've gone in with a predisposition of a certain kind of tactical unit? Any faction you're definitely going to be using in that matchup?
I don't know. It depends how try hard I want to be.
Okay.
I actually can't. I don't even know what team we're up against.
You will be up against either Cleo or Lawmaster.
Okay, so Warhammer guys and gals. Yeah. So I don't have to. Yeah, if it was against Joe or Terminator, I'd probably go full try hard.
Yep.
But I think it's a bit more chill than with that matchup. So not as I have to go like Rome, Glacier, and another faction. If we could have full horse archers.
You could always try and recreate one of Monster's compositions that we've just seen in Rome 2.
Yeah, I mean, maybe as long as you allow it, we'll mod in some head hurlers. And
the only mod we'll allow is the head hurler mod. That is, and maybe we'll let them throw in some elephant heads as well. Okay, I think we are just about to hit the end of that poll. JackieFish, thank you so much for joining us on this stream. As we hit the 2 minutes left. Apparently it's a tie. I don't know what to do in that situation other than I think we're going to give it to both of them. Unless you want to cast the tiebreaker, Jackie. The tie at the moment is between the battles between Holoskinks and Spears Before Beers and the battles between History Boys and Assemble Creatively.
I feel like we have to give it to Monsters team, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's they play the most. I would say again, maybe not the Valiant defeats point wise, because depending on our thing, but there's definitely 100% were the most entertaining battle.
Well, there we go then. Thank you for breaking the tie and for letting us award History Boys the most points anyone has managed to score in a single round so far. Well, thank you very much everyone for watching. But firstly, thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much for coming on and co-hosting. It's been fantastic to have your Roman knowledge and your mind for this. And thank you so much for participating as well and being one of the competitors.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for having me. And you say my knowledge. We found out what the Greek money was called today. I've immediately forgotten.
But... And we've also learned that Egypt, the best faction in Rome Remastered? Question mark?
Question mark.
Time for the video series exploring every faction, perhaps.
Yeah, it almost has to be now.
Absolutely. Well, we will see you there, and we'll see you at the next one as well. So in a couple of weeks, we'll be back with Med 2. But until then, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you so much, Jackie, for co-hosting, and we will see you soon.